The silent guardians. How your cat protects you every day. Your cat just positioned itself between you and the door. Again. You think it's random. It's not. Right at this moment, your feline companion is doing something most owners completely miss, protecting you with an ancient instinct that's been passed down through thousands of generations. I'm James Mitchell, feline relationship coach. My goal is to help you build a deeper bond of love and trust with your cat, one secret at a time. Welcome to Cat Senses Advice, where we uncover the hidden language of our feline friends. Listen closely. The connection you share with your cat runs deeper than you realize. Those small moments, the way they curl against you at night, how they track every sound in your home, the gentle pressure of their paw on your arm when you're upset, these aren't accidents. They're deliberate acts of guardianship that most people never truly understand. This matters to me personally. My cats have stood by me through difficult times when I felt completely alone. They offered something no one else could, a quiet, unwavering presence that asked for nothing in return. That's why I created this channel, to share these discoveries with people who recognize that the bond with their cat deserves recognition and celebration. Here's what I need from you. Before we go any further, show me you value this special relationship. Tap that subscribe button right now. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And yes, drop a like on this video. Not for me, for the community we're building together. Every cat lover who finds this channel strengthens our ability to spread this knowledge further. Trust me when I say this. By the end of this video, you'll see your cat through completely different eyes. You'll recognize behaviors you've witnessed countless times but never truly understood. And I guarantee, once you see these signs, you'll feel the depth of their devotion in ways that might genuinely move you. So drop a comment below. Tell me your cat's name. Share one thing they do that makes you wonder if they're secretly watching over you. I read every single comment personally, and I respond to each one, because your stories matter. They help other cat owners realize they're not alone in experiencing this extraordinary bond. Let's begin with 10 remarkable ways your cat demonstrates their protective nature. Trust me, by number 10, you'll understand why cats are far more than simple pets. They're silent guardians who've chosen you as their responsibility. 1. Monitoring sounds you cannot detect, your personal alert system. Your cat suddenly freezes. Their ears rotate like tiny radar dishes. Their eyes widen as they focus on something you can't perceive. You check around, nothing seems unusual. But here's the reality. Your cat just detected something you physically cannot hear. Cats possess one of nature's most sophisticated hearing systems. Their ears pick up frequencies reaching 65 kilohertz, dramatically beyond human capability. That means they hear the faintest scratching inside walls, distant footsteps approaching your home, or even electrical buzzing that we filter out completely. When your cat suddenly becomes alert, staring at seemingly empty space, they're not being dramatic. They're scanning their environment for unusual sounds. In nature, responding 1 second earlier determines survival. Inside your home, that same instinct transforms them into your early warning system. Think about how often your cat reacts before you hear the doorbell, how they notice visitors arriving long before you do, how they tense up when something doesn't sound quite right. This isn't paranoia, it's protection through superior sensory awareness. And here's something fascinating. Cats remember sound patterns. They learn the normal rhythms of your household. When you typically arrive home, which sounds indicate safety, which ones signal potential concern. Any deviation from that pattern triggers their protective instincts immediately. My own cat Luna would always position herself near the front entrance several minutes before I arrived home from work. I tested this multiple times, arriving at completely random hours. She still knew. She was monitoring the distant sound of my car, my footsteps, something I couldn't consciously perceive myself. Here's practical advice. Never dismiss this behavior.
When your cat shows heightened awareness, take a moment to check your surroundings. Often it's nothing concerning, but occasionally their extraordinary hearing detects something real: an appliance malfunctioning, an unusual visitor, anything that breaks their learned pattern of safety. By acknowledging their vigilance, you strengthen the bond of trust. Let them know you value their awareness. A gentle word, a soft touch, a moment of shared attention, these small gestures tell your cat that their guardianship matters. I want to hear from you. Has your cat ever alerted you to something before you noticed it yourself? Share that moment in the comments. And if this information already has you seeing your cat differently, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps other cat lovers discover this channel.
2. Following your every movement, the shadow guardian. You stand up from your chair. Immediately, you hear the soft patting of paws behind you. You walk into the kitchen. There they are, weaving between your legs. You head upstairs. They're right there, matching your pace step for step. Some people call this clingy behavior. They're wrong. When your cat follows you from room to room, they're fulfilling an ancient protective duty. In their mind, distance creates vulnerability. Separation means risk. They simply won't allow you to face potential danger alone. This behavior connects directly to their wild ancestry. In nature, staying with the group ensures survival. Isolated animals become targets. Your cat applies that same logic to you, their chosen family member. They're not being needy, they're ensuring nothing threatens you while you're out of their direct sight. And notice the consistency. Some cats wait outside bathroom doors, as though that's the single space they cannot enter but still refuse to leave unguarded. Others position themselves at the top of stairs when you go down, maintaining visual contact from a strategic vantage point. My friend Sarah shared something beautiful. Her cat Marco follows her everywhere, but he doesn't demand attention. He simply wants proximity. He sits nearby while she works, follows her to different rooms, and settles wherever she settles. Sarah realized Marco wasn't being dependent, he was being devoted. Here's the deeper truth. This behavior makes you safer too. There's comfort in knowing your cat stays close, monitoring your environment while you focus on other tasks. It's a partnership of awareness. They handle vigilance while you handle everything else. Practical guidance here. Instead of feeling frustrated by the tripping hazard, engage with this behavior. Talk to your cat as you move through your home. They understand tone far better than words. Your calm, friendly voice reassures them that everything remains secure. Transform this into a shared ritual. Acknowledge their presence. Make it a dance of loyalty rather than an inconvenience. You'll find it changes the entire dynamic, from something that bothers you to something that brings genuine comfort. Before we continue, let me remind you about our growing community. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. Leave a like on this video, and please share this with one friend who loves their cat. These simple actions ensure this valuable information reaches more people who need to understand their feline companions better. Drop a comment telling me, does your cat follow you everywhere? What's the funniest place they've shown up just to stay near you? I read every response, and I promise I'll reply to yours. 3. Resting beside you during sleep, your nocturnal protector. Your cat chooses to sleep pressed against your side every night, or curled at your feet, perhaps even sprawled across your chest. You might think they're just seeking warmth and comfort, but there's something much deeper happening here. Cats remain naturally cautious sleepers. Even domesticated cats retain the survival instincts of their wild cousins. They select resting locations where they can stay alert to danger. When your cat picks you as their preferred sleeping spot, they're making a profound statement. First, they feel completely safe with you. Sleep represents vulnerability, and cats only rest deeply when they trust their environment. Second, and this is crucial, they want to ensure your safety too. Your cat becomes a furry guardian who never stops their shift. Your heartbeat becomes a signal they monitor unconsciously. Your breathing patterns tell them you're alive and well. Your warmth confirms your presence.
Some cats even adjust their position during the night to face the door, maintaining watchfulness while you dream peacefully. Stop and consider that reality. While you're completely unconscious, lost in sleep, your cat remains your silent protector. Their senses stay partially active, ready to detect anything unusual. Isn't that extraordinary? I'll share something personal. During a difficult period of my life, my cat Oliver refused to sleep anywhere except directly on my chest, every single night. At first, I thought he was being clingy because he sensed my stress. Then I realized he was standing guard. He was making sure I stayed safe while I was at my most vulnerable. Here's important advice: never push them away harshly. If their chosen sleeping location becomes uncomfortable, gently guide them to a blanket or pillow nearby. The critical thing is maintaining trust. They're offering you their most vulnerable state as a gift of protection. Honor that gift. And think about this. How many creatures in your life would willingly sacrifice their own deep rest to ensure your safety? Your cat does this naturally, without being asked, without expecting anything in return except your continued presence in their life.
4. Positioning between you and perceived threats, the living shield. You're relaxing when another pet enters the room, perhaps your dog, maybe a visiting cat. Suddenly, your cat steps directly in front of you. Their tail puffs slightly, their body angles between you and the newcomer. This isn't coincidence. This is one of the clearest protective instincts cats demonstrate. Cats are naturally territorial creatures. In the wild, they control boundaries to protect their group from intruders. When your cat positions themselves between you and another animal, they're creating a living barrier. Their message is clear. Anything that reaches my human goes through me first. Some owners notice that when a dog approaches too enthusiastically, their cat stretches out a paw or raises their back slightly, forming a defensive shield. Others see their cat physically leaning against their leg when unfamiliar pets come too close. This isn't aggression, it's vigilance. And here's the beautiful part. By doing this, your cat demonstrates that they see you as part of their inner circle, their chosen family. They don't guard everyone, only the ones who truly matter. I remember visiting a friend's house with multiple pets. My cat Whiskers, who came along, immediately positioned herself between me and their curious German Shepherd. She didn't hiss or attack. She simply created space, ensuring the larger dog understood that I was under her protection. The dog surprisingly backed off and respected that boundary. Practical tip: when you witness your cat doing this, don't scold them. Instead, offer calm reassurance. A soft word, a gentle scratch behind the ears. Show them you recognize their effort. They don't need to win any battle. They just need to know you see them as your protector. Let me know in the comments, has your cat ever blocked another animal from getting near you? I want to hear these stories because they're powerful examples of feline devotion. And while you're in the comments, go ahead and hit that like button if you're learning something valuable today. 5. Presenting gifts, the provider's proof. Let's address one of the most misunderstood feline behaviors, the gift. Perhaps you've discovered a dead insect at your feet, maybe a toy mouse dropped on your pillow. In some cases, small rodents or birds brought right to your door. It seems unpleasant from our perspective, but in your cat's mind, this represents the ultimate offering. In their natural environment, cats provide for their family by hunting and bringing back food. When your cat drops something at your feet, they're not showing off. They're saying, I can protect and provide for you. Here's my proof. This behavior is protective at its foundation. By ensuring you have food or demonstrating their hunting capabilities, they're confirming they're capable of keeping you safe. It's their way of contributing to the household, of proving their worth as your guardian. Here's where many owners make a critical mistake. They react with disgust, sometimes yelling or pushing the cat away. Imagine the confusion that creates for your cat. They've just offered their prized catch, something they worked hard to obtain. Instead of gratitude, they receive rejection. My cat Stella used to bring me hair ties. Every single morning, I'd wake up to find hair ties arranged near my bed.
She'd hunt them from various rooms, gather them carefully, and present them as her daily gift. When I started acknowledging these gifts, thanking her, offering treats in return, she became even more devoted and affectionate. Practical guidance: never scold. When safe, calmly remove the gift and replace it with something positive, a treat, playtime, or gentle praise. Redirect the instinct without shutting it down. To your cat, this represents one of the highest honors they can bestow. Be honest with yourself. Hasn't there been at least one moment where you felt secretly proud of your cat's hunting prowess, even just a little? Share that story in the comments. I want to hear about your cat's most unique or memorable gift. And remember to subscribe to Cat Sense's Advice if you haven't already. We're building a community of people who truly understand the hidden language of cats. Hit that notification bell so you never miss these insights.
6. Watching windows, the perimeter patrol. Your cat sits on the windowsill. Their eyes stay wide and focused. Their tail flicks occasionally. Their gaze locks onto the outside world. Hours pass this way. To casual observers, it looks like simple daydreaming. But make no mistake, this is active surveillance. Cats evolved as both predators and prey, making them incredibly sensitive to environmental changes. Windows provide them a direct view of the territory border, your yard, the street, the world beyond your walls. By watching, they're ensuring nothing unexpected approaches too close. This habit goes far beyond entertainment. It's their method of keeping you safe. When they suddenly hiss at a bird or fixate intensely on a passerby, they're announcing, "I see it, I'm aware, and I'm making sure you know about it too." Think about their perspective. In the wild, territorial animals patrol borders constantly, watching for intruders, predators, or any unusual activity. Your cat applies that same instinct to your home. They're checking the security perimeter just like soldiers patrolling a base. Some cats develop actual routines, moving from window to window throughout the day, conducting systematic checks. It's their version of reviewing security camera footage, ensuring all entry points remain secure and no threats emerge. My cat Felix had a regular schedule. Every morning at dawn, he'd visit the eastern windows. By midday, he'd patrol the southern exposure. Evening found him at the western windows, watching the sunset while simultaneously monitoring the neighborhood. He wasn't just watching birds, he was conducting perimeter sweeps. Here's practical advice. Encourage this behavior by providing safe, elevated spots near windows. Cat trees, window perches, or even a cleared shelf work perfectly. This keeps their instincts sharp and channels their natural desire to guard the perimeter into something healthy and enriching. And doesn't it feel strangely comforting to know they're watching over both you and the world outside? There's something deeply reassuring about having a vigilant guardian who never tires of their duty. Tell me in the comments, does your cat have a favorite window? What do they watch most often? I'm genuinely curious about the patterns different cats develop in different environments. 7. Maintaining door vigilance, the sentinel position. You're sitting on the couch, scrolling your phone, when you notice your cat staring intently at the door. Their ears twitch at every sound. Their body stays upright and absolutely still. This might look like ordinary curiosity, but for cats, the entrance to any room represents the most vulnerable point. In the animal kingdom, entrances equal exposure. Inside your home, your cat understands that whoever or whatever comes in will come through that doorway. By positioning themselves near it or keeping their eyes locked on it, they're acting as a sentinel. This behavior connects to territorial instinct. Studies demonstrate that cats are territorial and prefer guarding areas where their humans spend the most time. Watching the door forms part of that guarding instinct. Think about it from their perspective. The door is the weak point in their territory's defense. It's where threats enter, it's where unknown elements arrive. By maintaining visual contact with it, they're essentially creating an early warning system for anything approaching. I remember reading about a cat named Mittens who would sit facing the front door for an hour before her owner arrived home from work, every single day.
She positioned herself like a soldier at a checkpoint, ready to assess any threat that might follow her human inside. Practical tip: when you see your cat doing this, offer gentle reassurance. A soft word, a light stroke. Let them know their efforts are noticed and appreciated. Cats thrive when they realize their guardianship is valued and recognized. Here's a question for you. Does your cat have a door-watching habit? Do they position themselves to monitor entrances and exits? Drop a comment and let me know. I bet the majority of you will say yes, and I'll be right there reading and responding. If you're finding value in this video, show your appreciation by hitting that like button. Share this with another cat lover, and definitely subscribe to Cat Census Advice. We're creating a community dedicated to understanding these amazing animals on a deeper level. 8. Offering physical comfort, the grooming ritual. Few things surprise and touch cat owners more than when their cat starts licking them. Maybe it's your hand, your hair, perhaps even your clothes. Initially, it might feel strange. But in feline language, grooming represents one of the most powerful signs of love and protection. In cat colonies, grooming each other serves purposes beyond hygiene. It's about bonding, trust, and group safety. By grooming you, your cat accomplishes two things simultaneously: lowering your stress by calming you with their touch and marking you as part of their family. To them, this isn't random affection. It's a declaration. You belong to us, and I'll take care of you. Science supports this understanding. Research demonstrates that cats recognize when their humans experience stress, and they often respond by offering comforting behaviors like sitting close or grooming. In their own way, they're attempting to soothe you, to absorb some of your tension and replace it with calm. I experienced this powerfully during a particularly stressful week. My cat Jasper, who typically kept to himself, suddenly began grooming my hand every evening. He'd lick methodically, carefully, as though washing away the stress I'd accumulated. And you know what? It worked. Those moments brought genuine peace. Practical advice: if your cat grooms you, don't push them away. Allow it for a moment, then gently redirect if it becomes excessive. By permitting this small ritual, you reinforce one of their deepest protective instincts. Does your cat do this? Do they wash you the way they'd wash another cat they love? Share your experiences below. Each story adds to this beautiful picture of how cats express loyalty in ways most people never notice. 9. Guarding vulnerable moments, the watchful presence. You've noticed your cat watching you while you sleep, or sitting calmly in the bathroom doorway while you shower. At first, it might feel unusual, like having an unblinking pair of eyes on you during private moments. But what's actually happening here is profound protection. In the wild, moments of vulnerability, sleeping, eating, grooming, are when animals face the greatest risk. For your cat, the instinct to guard during those moments remains powerful and active. When they curl at your feet during the night or station themselves near the bathroom door, they're quietly communicating. Don't worry, I'll keep watch while you can't. Some cats develop entire routines around this. They patrol the bedroom before settling down for sleep. They refuse to leave your side until you wake up. Others sit nearby when you're sick, skipping their own playtime to ensure you're okay. My friend David's cat, Shadow, would sit outside the shower every single morning. Not meowing, not demanding anything, just sitting there, watching. David initially thought it was strange. Then he realized Shadow was standing guard during a vulnerable moment, ensuring nothing threatened David while he couldn't defend himself. It's easy to overlook this behavior. But pause and consider, what does it mean that your cat spends their quietest moments simply standing guard? It means they've decided you're worth their loyalty, their presence, and their silent watchfulness. Practical tip: acknowledge this behavior when you see it. When you wake to find your cat nearby, offer gentle affection. Say their name softly, provide a few strokes, let them know their guardianship is noticed and valued. These little exchanges deepen the invisible bond between you and your cat. They transform ordinary moments into meaningful connections. 10. Absorbing your emotional pain, the heart guardian. Sometimes protection doesn't involve claws, vigilance, or physical presence. Sometimes it's something deeper: quieter, almost invisible. It's your cat sensing your emotions, your stress, sadness, joy, and responding in ways no one else might notice. This final protective behavior is perhaps the rarest and most profound of all. Once you recognize it, you'll never see your cat the same way again. You've been overwhelmed, tears in your eyes, heart racing with worry. Then you feel your cat suddenly appear beside you. They sit close, sometimes pressing their warm body against your leg or curling on your chest as if to say, "I'm here, you're not alone." This isn't random coincidence. Research confirms that cats are sensitive to human emotions. They read our body language, the tone of our voice, even subtle chemical changes in our scent when we're stressed or upset. Often, their instinctive response is to come closer, not to run away. By pressing against you, purring softly, or simply watching you with steady eyes, your cat is doing something remarkable. They're attempting to absorb your stress, to carry part of that invisible burden for you. In their world, this represents protection at its highest level. Some owners share stories of cats refusing to leave their side after heartbreak, illness, or just a long, exhausting day. Others describe cats who interrupt arguments by meowing or nudging, as if reminding everyone to calm down. These aren't accidents. They're deliberate responses from animals whose bond with us transcends words. I'll share my most powerful experience. When I lost my father, I spent days in tears, barely functional. My cat Luna stayed with me constantly. She didn't demand food or play. She simply remained present, curled against me, purring steadily. That gentle vibration, that warm presence, it became my anchor during the darkest time of my life. Later, I learned that cat purrs actually have healing properties. The frequency can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, even promote physical healing. Luna wasn't just offering comfort, she was actively helping me heal. Practical guidance. When your cat offers this quiet, emotional support, accept it. Stroke their fur gently, speak softly. Accept their presence as the gift it truly is. It's healing not just for you, but for them too. The more they feel they've helped, the safer and closer they feel to you. I want to ask you directly, has your cat ever comforted you during a difficult moment? Has their presence calmed you when no one else could? Share your story in the comments. I'll read every single one, and together we'll create a collection of moments proving how extraordinary cats truly are.
The complete picture. Understanding your cat's guardian heart. Let's connect everything we've discovered. Your cat protects you in countless ways. They monitor sounds you cannot detect, serving as your early warning system. They follow you like a devoted shadow, ensuring you're never vulnerable alone. They sleep beside you like a shield, maintaining vigilance while you rest. They position themselves between you and other animals, creating a living barrier. They present gifts as proof of their ability to provide and protect. They watch windows constantly, conducting perimeter patrols. They guard doors as sentinels, monitoring the most vulnerable entry points. They groom you to calm your spirit and mark you as family. They stand guard during your most vulnerable moments, refusing to leave you exposed. And finally, most profoundly, they protect your heart. They become silent healers of your emotions, absorbing your pain and offering comfort when you need it most. This is where everything comes full circle, not just about survival instincts or territorial behavior, but about genuine love. Cats are often labeled aloof, mysterious, independent, but anyone who's truly lived with a cat knows better. They may not bark or announce their devotion loudly, but their protection is constant, woven into the quietest details of daily life. They protect not just your body, but your mind, your peace, your soul. Next time your cat curls beside you, stares at the door, or simply purrs on your lap after a long day, don't dismiss it as coincidence. See it for what it truly is, a declaration of loyalty, a sign of protection, a reminder that you're never as alone as you might think. Your cat may be small, but their guardianship is enormous. They protect not with grand gestures, but with quiet, persistent devotion. And if you open your heart to this realization, it will change how you see them forever. Because in their eyes, you're not just their human, you're their family, you're their home, and they will guard you in their own silent, loving ways for as long as you share your lives together. Join our community. If this video touched your heart, subscribe to Cat Sense's advice right now. It's not about numbers, it's about building a community of people who see the extraordinary love behind every whisker, every purr, every quiet act of protection. Leave a like if you believe cats are more than pets, they're guardians. Share this video with someone who needs to understand their cat better. And please, drop your own stories in the comments because I'll be there reading and responding to each one. I'm James Mitchell, and I'm building a space where cat lovers can gather, learn, and celebrate the invisible guardianship of our beloved cats. Together, let's never take a single protective gesture for granted again. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video where we'll explore even more secrets of the feline mind. Until then, pay attention to your cat, watch for these signs, and recognize the guardian who's been protecting you all along.